Good afternoon. Welcome to another episode of the Hempstead Uniondale Times Online, brought to you by the Long Island Dispatch. I'm your host, Gail Lewis, and I'm so excited today because I'm sitting down with none other than County Executive Ed Mangano.
Well, wonderful to be with you.
Oh, it's so great to have you. I'm a little starstruck, sir. You can turn on the air conditioning in here. I love it already. We're getting off to a good start, ladies and gentlemen. So you're running for re-election, sir.
Yes.
So tell me more. There's lots of issues going on right now in the county, as you are very much aware, after your first after being in office for so long. So tell us, going forward, since we have a couple of issues here in Nassau County, one of them, of course, is jobs. Just tell us about your jobs program.
Absolutely. You know, obviously we've worked very, very hard on creating jobs. You know, before I took office, unemployment rate was skyrocketing. And believe it or not, sales tax revenue in Nassau County was at a 20-year low. People would just not have any money to spend in our county. So we went ahead with a very aggressive job creation program, which began with creating the LEADS program to support the existing small businesses that are here. We were able to help over 150 businesses grow here in Nassau County. In addition to that, we had a concerted effort to bring business back to Nassau County, and we've had over half a dozen businesses that were never in Nassau County come to Nassau County and create jobs and opportunities. Companies like Haynes Celestial, who made a $16 million investment, renovated an old building, brought hundreds of employees. Lake Success.
Nice.
Hundreds of employees here. And it really sent a great message and allowed us to get other companies to come here and create jobs and opportunities. And our jobs program is working. As you know, we have now the lowest unemployment rate in the region, which is a great economic indicator. And most importantly, people are spending more money than ever in Nassau County. We're enjoying the largest growth in sales tax in the region, meaning, you know, people are spending money right here in our great county. Those are great economic indicators. And we continue to grow jobs and also support the job growth by creating transit-oriented development.
What do you mean by that?
Well, many people talked about we should find a way to create apartments and retail centers by our transit hubs, like train stations really is practically most of the transit hubs that we have here in the county. So what we were able to do, create an incentive program to convert vacant, empty office buildings into apartments. We have 4 buildings underway already.
And where are those?
2 in Mineola, 1 in Great Neck, and 1 in Farmingdale. And we have 3 other villages that want to study how to do it. We're able to get grant funds for Valley Stream and Baldwin to begin the study process of converting empty, vacant office buildings into apartments. So it's a great way to support business and give our young professionals the housing option they're looking for. All of them have an affordability component, and we're willing to work with any municipality to institute our incentive program to create these transit hubs by enhancing them with some retail and also, most importantly, the apartment component.
And it also seems like that would help the environment. Am I right?
It absolutely does, because we are reusing buildings. You know, so we're taking eyesores, we're taking depressed buildings, renovating them, turning them into attractive housing centers, as well as some cases, some retail component to it as well.
Great. And I know that you said that right now people are spending a lot in Nassau County, which I'm very excited about. Personally, I live at Roosevelt Field. But I noticed, and I noticed that there's a lot of mall traffic, which is always a great thing, especially as we head into the holiday season. But also something that I notice is that when you get up in the morning, well, you know this. I don't know if are you a diehard shopper, sir?
I'm not so much a diehard shopper because I really don't have a lot of time to go, so I'm a quick shopper.
Okay, what's your favorite store in the field?
In Roosevelt Field? Oh, there's so many. You know, I go to Macy's a lot, and you know, some other stores in there that are
I'm sure
attractive.
The Apple store.
Apple is very attractive. Yes, I've been to Apple many times.
There you go.
All the art of shaving. All these, you know, they have a lot of unique stores in there, as well as obviously the anchors, you know, with Macy's and Nordstrom's and Bloomingdale's,
that just bring
that
people
really
in.
give you a lot of variety and obviously attract many residents and tourists to this wonderful retail center.
Absolutely. And well, I don't know because you're not as a voracious shopper, but I do know that after a day of shopping, my feet are swollen. So they're usually a little bit bigger than they are when I get up in the morning, which kind of brings me to my question. What's the right size for government? Is it the bigger size that you wear after shopping all day, or is it that smaller size that you wear when you get up in the morning?
It's the smaller, more efficient government. And that's why we reduced government by 20%. And really, what does that mean? That means that we were able to pay 20% less paychecks, 20% less benefits for life, because the burden of paying for the past benefits are killing us. It's crushing government and it's crushing services because you're paying the money out for benefits rather than services. And we had a right-sized government. Right now we have the right-sized workforce, and believe me, I understand our county workforce is doing a wonderful job delivering excellent services, but they are working harder, and I appreciate that. I think our residents appreciate that. But you have to take a look at government, you have to look at duplicative efforts, and you can't afford that duplication anymore. And that's how we downsize government, or right-size government, we like to say, by reducing it by 20%. And it's running very, very nicely, and obviously that inures not only to this generation, but the future generations, and in fact provides better security for the workforce that remains.
Absolutely. And I'm thinking also about taxes. I follow you on Twitter, and I noticed that in your Twitter stream it does say that, and I think this is something that people maybe aren't aware of, that you actually haven't raised county taxes. Can you talk to us about that?
Well, after a decade of tax raises, as a matter of fact, the decade before I took office, real property taxes had soared 42%. The debt was increased by $402 million. And after that decade, all we really had was a major fiscal problem, a $385 million deficit. The then county executive saying things are as bad as worse as they can be. You had unemployment on the rise and sales tax revenue on the 20-year low. Those policies just purely didn't work. So when I came into office, my economic policy to create jobs was to begin by making Nassau County more affordable. By sending that message, throwing money at problems has not worked for us. So we tightened the belt. I repealed the home energy tax, first administration, actually give money back to our residents. And I produced 4 consecutive no property tax increase budgets, 4 years in a row since I've been in office, and we eliminated a planned 16.5% real property tax hike. So we sent this very tight fiscal message out there, which really has resulted in the statistics I shared with you before. No longer is unemployment on the rise. As a matter of fact, it's the lowest in the region. No longer is sales tax revenue at the lowest level since in 20 years. It is growing at a rate that's greater than anywhere else in the region, 9% year to year. That's a tremendous increase. That's almost about $100 million, by the way.
Right.
And the last quarter report just came out. Sales tax revenues from the year before to today, 17% increase. Those are very good economic indicators for us.
Strong numbers.
Very
Absolutely.
strong.
And my last question for you before I let you go, and
Sure.
thanks again for sitting down with me today. This is the Hempstead-Uniondale Times, so specifically, let's speak to the corridor areas of Long Island.
Sure.
Hempstead, Uniondale, Freeport, et cetera, et cetera. Any special plans to revitalize these areas going forward?
Well, certainly the South Shores like Freeport and other communities along those lines, we're very engaged in the Sandy rebuilding efforts, recovery and rebuilding. And so there's a lot of good things to come between.
The nautical mile is looking great.
It
Thanks,
is,
sir.
it is, and we've been down there supporting the businesses and helping them not only help them get back in business, but also highlighting they are open for business. Now, it's our responsibility to go there and spend some money on the nautical mile and to help those business owners that struggled through the hard challenges of Hurricane Sandy, many of them investing their own dollars to get up and running.
Right.
And now it's time to give a little bit back. So we go down there and patronize those wonderful merchants, and it makes up a rich character of our community in the Freeport area. That combined with the CRZs, there's 13 regional groups now in Nassau County that can compete for up to $25 million per group to make a difference in their community.
Great.
And we're very, very excited about that. And we continue to work with Uniondale. Certainly, I think great promise holds for Uniondale and certainly for the Uniondale School District as we move forward with the redevelopment of the Coliseum. 100% privately financed. It's going to create jobs. It's going to create construction jobs. The developer operator is making an effort to hire local. It's 20% minority-owned businesses will participate in the reconstruction and
huge.
renovation. So it's very, very big. It's all been set out at the onset. So there's wonderful job opportunities coming up. We regularly hold job fairs, as you know.
Absolutely.
I launched a major job fair initiative when I took office. Our last job fair, believe it or not, had 10,000 job seekers.
That's tremendous.
Tremendous. And what we do is we utilize the contacts that we make in government. We ask these employers to come to our job fair with actual job openings.
Right.
They advertise those openings. We know that there's openings, so when we invite the public down, there's real, solid job opportunities there, and that's what makes the difference. We try to make sure that our administration is effective. You know, it's easy to talk about things. Like people talked about transit-oriented development. We made it happen. People talk about, oh, we need jobs. Well, we actually create jobs. Between the job fairs and launching that application, Nassau Works, which you can download on your smartphone, 19,000 job opportunities. We get calls all the time how successful that application is working, helping our residents gain employment. Through our CBGB funds, we have worked with nearly every village in that area, in the corridor. To support important projects from after-school programs to job training to youth initiatives. There's been a significant amount of money that we're able to get through our aggressive grant writing to try to support the important initiatives and what are important to our local communities here.
Thank you so much. And before I let you go, maybe I can get a scoop out of you. Will Neiman Marcus be coming to Nassau County?
Well, I hear rumor is that it will be coming, but I couldn't confirm it or deny it right now.
That was going to be my big scoop. But either way.
But I think they're on their way. Let's leave it like that.
All right. And that would be obviously more high-end retail jobs for the area as well.
Absolutely. All of these initiatives result in some employment options, you know, from part-time work, which some people are looking for, to full-time high-tech jobs and everything in between, engineering, healthcare field. As a matter of fact, my office, when we had a company looking to fill 100 jobs, we said, come on down to our office. We robocalled, we sent out notices, and we alerted the public there are 100 job opportunities, and that employer agreed to hire those that came in through our forum. And they did a great job doing that. And it's the effort that makes the employment options local.
Right.
And that takes an extra effort, and that's what we put into it.
Think locally, act
local.
globally.
That's it.
Thank you so much, sir. Thanks for sitting down with me. And remind us when Election Day is.
November 5th.
Okay, go to the polls, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you.
Thanks for sitting down with me, County Executive Ed Mangano. It's been a pleasure.
My honor.
Thanks, guys, for watching. Again, I'm Gail Lewis. We look forward to seeing you here on the Hempstead Uniondale Times online again real soon. For me and my crew, thanks and have a great day. Bye-bye.